I am so happy to be here with you to talk about one of my favorite topics, money. Money may not buy happiness, but it can buy oils, which is basically the same thing. I'm excited to talk about how you can earn $500 a month. So why is $500 significant? According to the Direct Selling News, 83% of Americans say that they would get involved with direct selling if they knew they could make $500 a month, which means the other 17% probably haven't checked their credit card statement lately. I get it. Until you know what's possible, you may not see how sharing doTERRA could work for you. So today, I want to show you the simple path to $500. Now, that might not seem life-changing for some, but for many, it can cover your monthly car payment, utility bill, kids' sports, and depending on how many teenagers you have, $500 might cover groceries for about 4.5 days. I have 7 boys at home, so trust me on that one. That $500 a month gives you breathing room and more freedom. And what we build in doTERRA, it's not just income. We build belief. We empower people to create their path to success according to their specific skill sets and goals. I want to tell you a story about a woman I know. Her life looked stable on the outside. Her husband owned a company. They were building, dreaming, planning. They had a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. And she was pregnant with their 3rd baby. And then, almost overnight, her husband lost his company because of a frivolous lawsuit that drained everything they had. Savings gone, security gone, predictability was gone. And suddenly, she wasn't just a mom preparing for a new baby. She was a mom asking, what are our options now? And she reflected on her experience with doTERRA a year earlier when she had hosted a couple classes one weekend when her friend who introduced her to doTERRA was in town. Her friend taught the class. She simply invited her network. And 12 people enrolled. The next week, she received a check for $700 in commissions from doTERRA. $700. It wasn't life-changing money at that time, but it was perspective-changing money. It whispered something powerful. This works. She casually shared, but didn't fully lean in at that time. Life was still comfortable. There wasn't any urgency, but when everything fell apart, that memory came back. $700 for hosting a couple classes. And 11 of those 12 enrollments were still placing monthly orders a year later. So instead of spiraling, she decided to focus. She loved the products. They were already in her home. She had seen what they did for her family and for a few families she had shared with. So she started sharing more intentionally. Not perfectly, just consistently. And something interesting happened. The more she shared, the more she earned. And the more confident she became. And the more options she felt she had. And options change everything. It wasn't just about the money. It was about not feeling trapped. It was about knowing her family would be okay. $500 a month now meant contribution. It meant her health insurance premiums could still get paid until the baby came. It meant breathing room. It meant she wasn't powerless. And what she discovered was this. Creating $500 a month consistently also changes identity. It's the moment that someone realizes, I can create value. I can create stability. And from there, everything grows. So whether you're sharing foundational wellness or oil classes, there's a simple path to 500. Let's break it down into a 3-step process. Step 1, you share with others and earn 20% on every new customer order. It works just like an affiliate model, but it pays way better than most. Now make sure you set up your rewards order of 100 in product volume so that you qualify for those commissions. Step 2, get your customers ordering 500 or more in rewards volume, and you'll earn $100 a month. That will cover most of your monthly order. Step 3, find 3 people to do the same, and you're earning $500 a month. It's that simple. There's a part 2 that goes more in depth on how these 3 steps break down into the compensation plan, so feel free to dive deeper into that when you're ready. The amount of time that it takes someone to reach $500 may vary depending on their pace. You can reach that goal within a couple of months by enrolling 3 to 4 people a month that duplicate your efforts. When everyone works together, momentum builds faster. But if it takes you a few months to find those 3 to 4 people that are also sharing, that's okay. Beyond that, you can also look at a variety of ways depending on whether you want to keep your focus on finding new people that are interested in doTERRA products or spending your time with those people you've already enrolled to help them duplicate the process. It is important to keep the momentum going though, even if only part-time, because the reward is worth it. That momentum has a snowball effect which can continue to grow. It's rewarding and so much fun. I know this because that was my story. I was the woman I talked about earlier who found myself penniless with my 3rd baby on the way. The path to $500 changed how I saw myself. It changed how I showed up and the level of responsibility I was willing to take for my family's future. And it opened my eyes to the possibility of adding a couple zeros onto that number in the future. That vision and consistent effort is what has allowed me to provide for my family for the past 14 years with my doTERRA income. It carried me through divorce, raising busy kids, and many of the hardships life throws at all of us, while also allowing me to be home with my family and present in the areas of my life that needed my attention. doTERRA gave me the flexibility that no other job would have given and allowed me to create a very solid income in the process. Now, with a blended family of 11, life is busier than ever. I am so incredibly blessed that I have the flexibility to share something I love, empower other families, and receive a commission for it. I have a quote in my home that says, "No other success can compensate for failure in the home." We all know that our healthcare system is a little bit broken, and people are searching for natural ways to support their health. I believe our financial system is also a bit broken. With doTERRA, you have the flexibility to live your life focused on the things that matter most and share these amazing products as your schedule allows. Now, that doesn't mean that there's never any sacrifices, but the difference is that you get to decide which sacrifices make sense for you to make. And again, here's what I know. There's someone on their knees right now praying for solutions. Someone whose life would be dramatically impacted by doTERRA's amazing products, and someone who would benefit by an extra $500 a month. Someone who needs these tools to provide relief for their family. And when someone earns their first $500, something shifts. They stop asking, "Does this work?" And they start asking, "How do I do that again? And how do I get my sister to do it too?" doTERRA is impacting families around the world. Now is your time to join us and empower others with better health and happiness as you create your path to $500 and show others how to do the same.